There was all sorts of dancing there before the start. It's the last time we ever have to hear this opener because someone's going to make a new one next year.
Maybe. I hope so.
I'm Steve Morgan. This is
Nicole. How you all going?
And this is the final ABT Live for 2024. And it's not even a real big... So it is up. We make sure DT doesn't muck around. There's no 2-month wait for that one. It's a 2-week wait at the most. Right. And very comprehensive. Congratulations to all of our series winners, Anglers of the Year, Grand Final winners, Lucky Draw winners, prize winners, and even if you just fished an ABT event, you are a winner. So, Nicole, I thought we had a talk before. I think you're going to drive the show tonight. I'm just going to be the props person.
No, we didn't have that conversation. But where would you like to start? Let's start with our prize pack for tonight.
Different mechanic tonight.
Yep.
If you're all belting your postcode in there and telling us where you're watching from, that's great. You can do that.
Thanks, Rocket.
We're not going to give you a prize for that tonight. Tonight, all you have to do, and you've got all night to do it, you just need to share this on your Facebook page. And solid tip, make sure we can see who you are when you share it. Some people share it with their privacy settings locked down so that we can't see who shares it. So there might be 50 people share something. I can only see 30 of them. The other 20. Thanks for doing it. Your friends and family and your dog can see it, but we can't see it. So if we can't see it, can't give you no prize. But it's a shit hot prize tonight. This is a test for you, Nicole. You're going to have to name all these lures as I put them in there. What are these ones?
Live mullets.
A couple of the hot colour live mullets, probably sold out everywhere. That's going in the box tonight. What are these things?
Rapala Special Edition State of Origin lures.
What model are they?
Lures.
What model are they? It's written on the back of the packet.
X-Wraps.
Well done. Getting the X-Wraps right. What are these things?
Hooks. Mustard Ultra Point. Fast attach clips.
So you knew what they were there.
We were looking for some of those.
I found them in the knot tying comp box when we were looking for before. What about these ones?
The Booster Weights.
Yeah.
They're from Wilson's.
They're duo bait that you can put on a jiggy, catch some barra, maybe some big flatties on. So real barra theme this because Barra Tour was epic and we just had it recently. Couple of, what are these? You know what these are?
Oh, the Radix from the guys over at Blowfish Imports.
Couple of new colours. The Grunter and is that Tinkerbell? I think that's Tinkerbell, that one there. Nicole, tell us the story of your PB fish on a Reddick.
A Wonga this year, 115. It was pretty cool.
Didn't even have to change the hooks. Sticking with Samaki, what are these things? Oh, they're written on the back and the front. There you go.
Dr. Shads.
Yep, they're their swim bait. Chuck it, sink it, wind it. So a couple of those in some hot colours. Good thing about those is those hooks do not need changing. Time on, chuck them. And do your best Tommy Wood impersonation by winding a big barra in on them.
You.
Now, these ones here.
Flat shads.
We all know flat shads, been catching fish for ages.
Proven.
If you're on the Xeric Barra Tour, you needed some of those. There's a couple of those in there. There's this one. You know what this is.
The fish traps. So is that one the Anita?
Of course it's the Anita. See, every time you got a vibrod tied on, that thing's on it. And there's one in the Blackjack, I think that colour's called. Yep, Blackjack, that one there. But left over from the Barra Tour launch. What's that colour called?
Pearl Perch.
No, Pearl Magic.
Pearl Magic.
I called it Pearl Perch and you told me I was wrong.
You're cranky.
So that's a pretty good prize back. And there you go, some 40-pound Wilson fluorocarbon as well. To be honest, just add a rod and reel and you are ready to go there. So share this on Facebook. Let us know that you can share it. Tell your mates we shared. No, just let us know you shared it. We'll pick someone out. Nicole will pick someone out tomorrow and we will Australia post the hell out of that in that box before we break up for the year. So we're going to work probably through to the end of this week, maybe a little bit of next week, but after that, a couple of weeks off, and then when we come back, the entries will be unwrapped and opened. Nicole, tell us how entries work for next year and when the entry forms are coming out.
First, I just saw my mum's watching, so hi Mum, how you going? Gotta say hi to your mum. So entry forms, we get lots of questions. They will be released officially and all go live on the 23rd of December. So that's Monday. The
Monday morning next week. Don't put a number on it. Just say Monday next week. Monday morning, the entry forms will come out.
Don't put a time on it. Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Monday next week, the forms will go live. They'll all be on the ABT website. There'll be a thing front and center on the homepage. You'll be able to click that link through. You'll also be able to use the Brim Bass Barra tabs across the top to find those entry forms. So the way we work it, because we know you're not all sitting there on Monday to try and enter everything to get that first start and vote position for our events. We will collect all those entries that come through over that Christmas New Year's break, and I think it's the 14th of January. We'll go through, we'll randomise all the entries we've received over those few weeks, pop them up on the website, and then anything we receive after that 14th of January starts to go just in your starting order, next one in.
Tuesday, 14th of January, that is. That sound all right to you?
That sounds perfect.
Gives Kim a day to get back into the swing of things, and then she can hammer that credit card machine and get ourselves some entry forms started up. And historically, those first two events of the year, the Victorian Brim Doubleheader, are massive. 70 boats at each of those this year. We're expecting it to be just as big next year, because the fish is just as big, if not bigger, in Gippsland Lakes. It's turned into Australia's premier bream fishery, and everyone's going to catch the titties out of them.
And maybe while we're talking about Gippy, we do have a new event on the calendar for next year. If you've had a look at our draft event schedule.
Was that soft launched in the draft schedule?
It was.
That's called the, that'll be the, are we telling the sponsor of it?
Let's go for it.
The Shimano Victorian Brim Open, and it's held in conjunction with the grand final next year, a tour in spring, towards the end of the year. It'll be on Gippsland Lakes. It'll be boater only, 100% payback. We'll be able to take observers on. We're going to try and have a live show with live commentary and all stuff coming in from the observers, a la Australian Open on Sydney Harbour style. So Victorians, if you've been waiting for a decent event with 100% payback, and just like all the big boys in the northern states, this event is going to be for you. So I'm pretty excited about that. And if you've made the grand final and you want another chance to fish Australia's premier black bream fishery during the year, you get it in that Vic Brim Open at the end of the year. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, well, it's that weekend before the grand final, so it's a Saturday, Sunday event, and I think it's just really cool. Shimano, they approached us. They were really keen to see this event happen on the calendar, so they're really excited about it, which can only mean good things when we run the event.
So ABT had a new baby. It's a new open. So yeah, nothing like starting a new event that every year we're going to drive 20 hours to run, but we love that stuff. We'll always package it with something else so that if other people want to come and experience it, they can maybe do two for the price of one. So that's cool. And so that preliminary calendar's been up for a while. Easiest way to find that, no matter where you're on your browser, on your mobile or your tablet or your desktop, that link at the top has just got 2025 draft calendar on it. And when we put the entry forms out, that'll become, virtually locked in. There has been no changes from the draft calendar to the entry forms so far.
There was just one addition. We managed to lock down a date for that bream round in WA, so that's mid-May for next year.
Over at the Blackwood. Yep. So, and that one, of course, win that one straight into the grand final. West Aussies did pretty good in the grand finals this year, both ABT in the kayaks, little Joey Gardner. Boy, Joey caught some good fish in the grand final. He just needed to catch a limit on that day too, and he would have been scaring that thing.
He really unlocked Lake Macquarie.
Oh, that's right. He also lost his keys. So that's how it all works with the entry fees.
Forms.
The forms, send it in. Renew your ABT membership. They all run out at the end of January. So when you enter, you can renew your ABT membership, and you are fishing as many ABT events as you like for the year. Quick note: your ABT membership last year included a digital subscription to Fishing Monthly magazine. Still does, except I'm not making it. So the last Fishing Monthly December one is happening right now. So we'll find some other ways to help value add that membership, but we're just sort of finding our feet a little bit after that Fishing Monthly partnership is not going anymore. We used to print this. This was the printed Tournament Angler Guide. There won't be a printed Tournament Angler Guide this year because we don't have the means of distributing it like we did. This used to go in 10,000 Fishing Monthly magazines, and so it would help us present tournament fishing to an even wider audience. In lieu of the Tournament Angler Guide this year, we're putting a bit of extra work in on the website. So I want to get a bit of that ABT history locked and loaded. There's some stuff that maybe you don't know about ABT that we're going to try and get on there. Pull together some of the old stuff from the tournament guides and make that a really valuable research for you to research ABT history, research what's happening in tournaments. Just make it a lot more comprehensive and up to date for you. So that's our strategy for ABT for this year for the Tournament Angler Guide anyway. Nicole, you're busy selling sponsorships at the moment, and you're doing pretty well. It's like we haven't had too many guys not coming back.
No, it's the opposite. We've got a few new sponsors. We've got old sponsors we haven't had for a few years back on board for next year. So I look forward to next show.
Running through all those.
Talking about all of that.
And there are some same sponsors with events with some name changes. So the 13 Fishing Bass Pro Series switches to
the Rapala Bass Pro Series.
Yep. And we've got little things like that. There's a little bit of juggling around, but definitely everyone involved last year really appreciated that the anglers supported the sponsor products. I go to an event and I see the Mercury, for instance, pay a Mercury bonus across Brim, Bass and Barra now. At the Broome Grand Final, it was around 70-something% Mercury motors. So you guys over the years have taken that on board in your purchase decisions, because the ABT percentage of sponsor-owned motors is double what the national average is. So thank you very much for making Nicole's job really easy, because when you make the phone call and deliver the stats, things like Maui Jim sunglasses, when they started sponsoring ABT, they had 2% of our guys' market, and I think it's over 10 times that now. So you guys, you support the sponsors. Thank you for that, and it makes it really easy for us.
And it's just the little things when anglers get your non-boater prize packs at the rounds, and then there's a little message on the back who you can thank for that when you do that as well. The sponsors will really love that feedback too. So it all sort of turns a wheel, and it's awesome.
Yep, no, that is how it works. So yeah, again, ABT, very that know who their sponsors are, and we look after them. So that's how it works. What else have we got on here? We've got a few of the ABT shirts left. Some of the grand final shirts and some of the Barra shirts. We put a call out on social media during the week. Sold about nearly $1,000 worth of those shirts in one hit. But we still have a few left. I'll endeavour tomorrow to put an updated list. But if you want to just ring Kim on 1-800-228-244, you can ask her if there are your favourite sizes left. There is still probably half the sizes left, even though a lot of them went. But $20 for a long sleeve shirt. I think it's 25 posted.
Yep.
So yeah, $25 to your door. Like nearly half of that's chewed up by Australia Post to get it to you. We have some of those left, and better on your back than in a box in the office here. So we're going to clear them out.
Some awesome pictures of the guys rocking the Barra singlets.
Oh, how is Maddie Langford's buck and bass overalls and then Barra Tour singlets? Like, yeah, you all know what the guns look like. I'm proud to say that Maddie Langford and I have about the same amount of guns. That's a 22 caliber. Each side, single shot. All right, you don't know what that means at all, do you? Let's talk about some of the little changes we have to some of the prize boats next year. We still have the same team of sponsors helping us put that boat together next year. But in the brim, and this is just reflecting participation and numbers in there, the brim, the size of the boat, it went from a 4.5 or 4.6 metre last year to a 4.98 this year. It's going to go to a 5.3 metre next year with the Mercury V6 150R, the racing edition motor on the back. Full sort of sea deck floors, 3 seats across, green marine lithium batteries, shit hot oceanic trailer underneath. And, we haven't inked the deal yet, but most likely a full Garmin LiveScope setup with a couple of head units in there. So that is going to be...
Force on the front.
Oh, Garmin Force, yep. Full Garmin electronics in it. Going to be a shit-hot prize. The Bass one, we've sort of just toned it down a little bit. It's going to be the ultimate tinny. It's going to be like the 4.3 or the 4.5 metre tinny, probably with one of the big Tiller Mercuries on it, but again, full electronics package on the oceanic trailer. We're just trying to get to a point where the boat's either good enough to maybe want to use, or the tinny's good enough, so I don't want to use that as my second boat. I'm going to use that as my saltwater boat if I'm a freshwater guy, for instance. Or
as the Bass guys normally are.
Or a non-boater will say, I'm going to pick that up off you and fish as a boater next year. So yeah, we're still playing with the versions of that, but it'll still be a pretty special prize for Australian fishing. I think there's not too many brim tournament series you can fish where you can win a prize which is going to be worth maybe over $70,000 next year. So it's going to be fancy.
Yeah. So that's all happening before Christmas, before we break up. All our badges are currently just about to hit send on all of those to get printed. It's quite busy in the office this week.
Oh, and yeah, I might even, if it all comes off, we might have a really cool way of displaying results on site next year. Ooh, we've been talking with Steve from Green Marine Lithium about some really cool waterproof big screens that you can... I miss the old days of the click-clack boards where everyone would gather around the boards and have a drink and check their results and make sure that we haven't screwed it up. And 0.5% of the time we do screw the results up, and it's good to find that out straight away. So we're going to make the little social centre again where people can go and check how it's all going. But definitely waterproof is good for us because we have seen some rain at this year's events.
Yeah, waterproof, digital, so it all works together.
Powered by Green Marine Lithiums.
Yep.
So yeah, there's just some of the things that we've got happening next year. I think we've raced through a lot of stuff. Have we got anything else that we're going to say tonight? It's just like a bit of a break-up show and thanks for supporting us this year's show, and thank all the sponsors show, and thanks Nicole's show, and Nicole's really grown a lot in the last week show. Why don't you get off the bucket and show everyone how tall you are?
I'm not getting off the bucket.
You can't see you from behind.
I wouldn't be able to press the button if I got off the bucket.
Pushing the buttons like this. And I would like to say on behalf of all of you watching, thanks to this lady for making ABT what it is. You caught your PB Barra this year, 115. You're as excited as a politician with 105% of the votes when you caught that thing. I remember it's on the shorts on the YouTube channel. I think that was just reward for working so hard for the industry. So if you don't know, Nicole also runs the After Trade Show. So
After Tackle Show.
Sorry, After Tackle Show. Now it's got the public day and an interesting space there as well. So, you know, between those two gigs, that makes up your time and working with Fish and Tackle a lot.
It's
Fishing guys.
Fish and Tackle day in, day out.
Yep, there you go.
And I get paid for it.
So, the mechanics, remember the mechanics for the comp to win all of that stuff. Share this on Facebook, and tomorrow morning Nicole will go and pick a winner.
We'll announce it on Facebook, so you're not left wondering.
And I'll mail that tomorrow because I have got a new label printing machine from a label maker. I love it, so I'll be posting that out. Away we go. One final thing, if you've got anyone that you think needs to be a sponsor of ABT, they've got about 3 or 4 days left to get involved. If you've got a company or you've got someone that you know that maybe benefit from this demographic, have a chat to us because you know what we do? We'll recycle that into bigger and better tournaments for all of you, and whereas at the same time showing their product to an audience who, let's face it, we all spend all of our money on fish and tackle and boats. That's what we do. We consider that is the need, not the want. The want is rent, food. The need is a new boat and some more bloody lures.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else before we get out of here? I'm going to go watch the heat get flogged by the stars.
That's why you're racing through. You've talked 100 miles an hour this show. No, it's been a huge year. We've done everything from Tassie to WA, as far north as Tinaroo.
Yep.
Got a few miles done.
Got plenty of Barra events on the schedule for next year. I think next year Barra's bigger than Bass. And I think that reflects participation as well. It's like what we do at ABT is where the participation is, that proportion of resources we'll put towards that. So at the moment, Brim was the biggest thing, so we're sort of going to squeak up the allocation towards Brim. Bass was down a little bit on numbers, so we just sort of squeeze that down a little bit. And we see it being a little bit crowded in that bass space next year as well. You know, a lot of local bass events happening at all places, which is awesome, but I don't think bass guys maybe travel as much as they used to. You know, it's expensive nowadays to do it. So so we just work in with whatever the rest of the industry is doing. We're at the same time giving you an avenue to win a shit hot prize at the end of the year. So remember, share that post. Go watch Jacob Wheeler's Barra video. I was in it 3 times.
I think I got 2.
You're in there twice?
Yeah.
We'll watch that for the rest of the series. If you've got nothing else to say, let's wrap that baby up and we'll go to the big break in the cricket.
Stay safe, everyone, and look forward to catching you all in January 2025.
And I've got to say, Merry Christmas, because let's face it, I'm not religious, but I love a good holiday if it's the middle of summer. Let's do it.
Bye.